Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at exotic engrams. Now, for those of you who don't know, with the Warmind expansion and release of Season 3, exotics are a lot harder to come by. I mean, I've been grinding the absolute crap these past few days out of the expansion, and I've only gotten 2 or 3 exotics, and that's, again, playing 12 hours a day, so they are not that easy to come by. All of my friends are telling me the same thing. You know, Bungie definitely did nerf a lot of the ways that you can get exotics and the drop rate of them from certain activities. So I'm going to talk about which activities you probably should not do if you want guaranteed exotics, and which ones you should definitely do if you want the highest chance of getting an exotic engram. One of the very first things that I would recommend to people who are trying to get exotic engrams is to buy all 5 of the treasure maps that Cade 6 is selling. This week the chests are located on Nessus, and even though it does cost quite a lot of glimmer, 4,500 each, which comes to about 23 or 24,000 glimmer in total, I still think it's worth spending that much glimmer just for the off chance that you may get one exotic engram. Now, back in the day, I used to get quite a lot of exotic engrams from these chests, but this week me and my friends were all very unlucky and didn't get a single one. I do know that people have gotten exotic engrams from these chests this week, so it still is possible, but they may have nerfed it. I'm not too sure, but either way, guys, I recommend doing it just for that tiny off chance that you may get one. Back when Destiny 2 first came out, exotic engrams were dropping like candy from public heroic events. Well, that is simply not the case anymore, and this method of grinding is actually very lackluster and inefficient. I don't recommend this unless it is your absolute last way of getting exotic engrams, because now it takes like 15 or 20 public heroic events before you even get one exotic. Now, I got one after 16 runs, and I was lucky enough to get the huckleberry, so I guess I was just extremely lucky, but I do not recommend this method unless you're done with all your milestones, all your raids, all the treasure maps, and basically everything else there is to do. I finished the flashpoint on Io, I believe, or maybe it was on Nessus, and I got myself an exotic out of that powerful engram. It was a hard light, so that is one way of doing it, of course. Complete all your milestones. That's kind of like the surefire way of getting exotics, but if you really want to know the best possible way of getting exotics now, and you're not going to like this answer because honestly, it's not very practical, but doing the raids, that's really the most surefire way of getting the exotics. And now you have lots of options when you're doing the raids, which is a good thing. You can run the Leviathan on prestige difficulty and you'll have about 3 drop points. Obviously, 1 in the royal pools, you'll have 1 in the gauntlet, and 1 during the dogs. All 3 of those chests have a chance of dropping an exotic engram. Now, if you run it on prestige difficulty, and mind you, prestige difficulty Leviathan is very tough right now as it scales to your power level, but you will have a chance of getting an exotic engram from each one of those chests. Now, in addition to that, of course, you do get 3 keys. You can get engine keys, engine keys, there's armory keys, all sorts of them, ventilator keys as well. Basically, those 3, of course, will give you exotic engrams. At least one of them should give you an exotic engram, and those are also good ways of getting exotic engrams from the raid. And then, of course, you also have the Eater of Worlds raid that you can run for an exotic engram. If I had to estimate, I would say that just by doing the Leviathan raid, you'd probably get yourself 2 exotic engrams roughly, and then 1 from the Eater of Worlds raid. So that's 3 for 1 character, and if you want to be a very sweaty bastard, and if you want to get exotics as quickly as possible, then you could switch over to a 2nd or 3rd character and run the raids on those specific characters. That would net you another 6 exotic engrams to bring the total up to about 9 just from running raids. I know that might not be the best answer that you guys are looking for. You might want to, grind exotic engrams a lot quicker than that, but unfortunately, this game is a lot more grindy now, and you actually have to do lots of endgame content to get exotics and high power leveled gear. You simply can't do treasure maps and get a reliable exotic engram, and you can't really grind the public heroic events like I mentioned earlier. You'd be lucky to get one after 20 public heroic events. But that is going to do it for the video though, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to know what you guys think of the Warmind expansion so far. I'm personally loving it, like I mentioned already. It's so much more grindy, and I really do appreciate the fact that everything isn't handed to you. You have to go out there and grind it and really achieve it if you want it. But that's going to do it though, guys. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe for more daily Destiny 2 content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.